What's up, guys? I'm here sitting on my throne. Sunday evening, don't have to go to work tomorrow. Actually had today, I effectively turned my weekend into a 5-day weekend. Well, I was sick for the last few days, and of course I have Saturdays and Sundays off. So, got tomorrow off. Not because, kind of because of the holiday. I had to take off for my brat. And so, just sitting here, chilling. Why is this has no sound? Did I turn my volume down? Guess that's the wrong one. Well, I guess I got the wrong one. Oh well. Tell me this has sound.
You can support me at patreon.com/.
Nope, not the right one. Oh well. There we go. It's a Sunday evening. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I decided to do a little bit of stream. Don't really have anything else to do. Haven't really been doing anything today. Since I felt better, I did actually stream some Smite on my Twitch channel. Completed a couple of tasks. Got invited to a get together. I want to go, but it's in the city and I'm in the burbs, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to actually drive out there. I don't know. I think I may. Have nothing else better to do. My birthday is coming up. It's gonna be almost exactly in a month. February the 16th. I don't know what I'm gonna do for it yet. Besides, my brat wanna take me to the Black Panther movie, which I'm kind of excited for, since, you know, Marvel and Disney, wow, who would have thought that they were, even though they do stuff by the numbers, they actually have it so far out the numbers that it actually is creative. I know I'm actually going to be going to a couple of events, getting myself out there. I have been thinking about, you know, I've been thinking about what I'm going to do next for my art show, which is coming up pretty soon. Can't wait for it. I think it's 100, it's anywhere from 30 to 100 drawings, and I have a plan for 7 already. Yeah, I'm a big weeaboo. I actually have this sword, and this sword actually means a lot to me. I know I've been using it a lot in my blogs lately, And it means a lot to me. This was actually the first thing I bought with my first real job when I was in working with college. Something that wasn't a necessity. Thinking about buying more. I've actually had this sword since 2001 and it's 2017. This sword is older than my marriage. Wow. It's a little bit loose. Just recently I actually built a shelf for it and hung my Ichigo Bankai Vedic picture under it. And you know what? Let me just talk about my accomplishments and my self-worth and things of that nature. I think I have a self-worth and accomplishment, which some people may seem small, it may seem trivial, but a couple of things I feel accomplished about in my life. One, several times I've actually done Bike to Drive, and it's more of an accomplishment or less of, it feels less of a letdown when I don't do it. It feels like I'm just missing out when it's something I know I've done. And the Chicago Bike to Drive is a 32-mile round trip down Lakeshore Drive. And if you've ever been to Chicago, you know how beautiful Lakeshore Drive is in the early summer. You get to actually, all the cars are taken off and you actually get to ride around it. It's just goddamn fun. One of the other things that I felt I've accomplished is just the continuation of my growth as an artist, like the Jessica Rabbit that's showing on screen. When I first started doing Jessica Rabbit, it was shit. And now I've actually increased. And this may not seem, this again, trivial stuff, but things that show a growth to me. So I live in a suburb called Woodridge. It's a suburb out here in Chicago, out of Chicago. And it's the Woodridge Public Library. Well, someone suggested, no, I'm sorry. I went there and I saw that they were actually doing an art show. And this was 2 years ago, 2016. So I entered some of my art in the art show. And when I entered my art in the art show, of course, you know, people liked it. And it was actually some of this art that I'm showing now. It's the Goku art. It was the father-son Kamehameha. It was my Kingdom Hearts drawing that I put together from the book, an idea that I had from the opening of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. And it was Sailor Moon. It was actually a composite Sailor Moon picture. I took pictures from parts from this, that, and the other, and I drew it together. And those are my 3 pieces. And, you know, I spent all night talking to a group of people. I didn't think I was going to be that interested in talking, and it just flowed with me. Stream of consciousness type shit. And basically, it started me, I was already drawing to keep myself from going crazy at work. And yeah, that's the Ichigo drawing. And I had been doing that over the time throughout my years working in a call center. And yes, a lot of these are while I'm at work doing a call center. And it's just one of those things where it picked up. And the Christmas before, my spouse, my wife, and my daughter actually got me an art set. So I just started picking up, and speaking of which, the Sailor Moons that I had in my first art show. And so I entered 3 pieces, those 3 pieces. We were talking, and we basically talked all night. It was another young lady there. She actually had some good work, and everybody was talking, and the artist was talking, and we were just seeing, what we can actually do. Fast forward a year, I continue to work on my art. Some of the art, as you can see, like the Karama there, went from one year to the next. More practice stuff in a book. And I just start, trying to expand and expound, change up some of the styles. Some of the styles I have where I had the marker, strokes in there. Created some things like the Thor, or copy some stuff like the fan art from Smite. Try to draw 3D, try to draw from a model like that Goku, in that Goku. And then I drew it. I copied myself and drew that one. But the actual I don't know. It was an accomplishment for me because people thought it was recognizable. And it spurred me on. And by that point, I had been drawing off and on since, my first clue of when me drawing is 98. And the thing about it is actually putting it out there, actually having the balls and the guts and whatever, metaphor you want to use for it, to actually just put my work out there. I actually start thinking that I can actually, maybe make something out of myself. Maybe actually make something out of myself is the wrong word. Maybe hone my skill a little bit better. Maybe stop trying to copy people. Maybe just, maybe actually work on characters of my own. Maybe come up with something. Maybe design a few characters of my own. Maybe tell a story. Speaking of design characters of my own, and those what I plan on specializing in my show. And from that confidence of actually, putting my work out there, from that confidence of not just keeping my artwork in a folder somewhere, and when someone says you can draw, just bringing them out, or putting a page on Facebook in one of my albums and saying that I want to draw. Just actually doing it. And I know some people will say, well, you're doing it, you're not really getting paid for it. And yes, I actually have my Etsy store out there. If you ever want to check out some of my work, it's it's Etsy at Lone Sage Art. Etsy.com/shop/Lone Sage Art. If you ever want to actually look at some of my artwork. And it was just working, improving after one or the other things, and just going, trying to draw every day to improve my skill, trying to, every time I have loose, some quick money that I don't have any, like if I can go, sneak some finances away from the family, or, go and just on a special bonus or anything like that, just buy myself more artwork. I have more notebooks or paper that I definitely, or went through more notebooks and paper than I would like to discuss over the last years. I killed a few trees. Then it's let's get a copyrighted character so you can actually come up with a graphic novel. Then the delay because you don't think your characters are well enough, so you redesign them and you do more things. And hey, maybe you want to just express yourself in a different way. Maybe you want to actually go on a YouTube channel and actually broadcast. And let's face it, not too many African Americans do that. And somebody who broadcasts not new games but older games, maybe that doesn't work. And maybe you still got work to do. Maybe you still have to take care of your family. And maybe you have to, start working out and stuff of that nature. But I kept going with it. And God, I'm rambling right now. But you start with your YouTube channel, and you've done some stuff on YouTube, and what makes sense for you to do on YouTube? Well, nothing. So let's just pick a game and actually start playing it. Oh wait, you're playing Minecraft, but isn't that a game for kids? And then I can at least show some of the crazy buildings I come up with. And when I say crazy, just interestingly built. Show off the creativity. Go to work. Work in a call center. If you know what a call center is. If you ever worked in a call center, you know how it can be busy sometimes, busy the next. Sorry, my communities are coming up. But then you actually work on start working on those YouTube videos, those Minecraft videos. You build your world and you say, oh my God, this is unbelievably boring. But yet you still push, and in your Minecraft videos you start to, let's just leave that for my 1 year anniversary, sort of my relaunch of my channel. But you continue to build your channel, and you still continue to draw, and you open up an Etsy store around this time last year, and you get a lot of views. A lot of people come and view your stuff, but you don't get any buys the first 3 months. So you just keep putting stuff out there. You actually get a laminator. You get bought a laminator so you can keep your work pristine, and it also stops you from touching up the picture once you've actually finished it. It's a way of stopping yourself. You just keep going, you keep drawing, and you keep working, and you keep streaming, and you add more games, and you get another platform, and then you just keep going. And over the last 3 months, you look back, you bought you a microphone, and you've actually made time for other humans in your life, and it's just amazing. Hell, you start trying to do more and more streaming. You try to figure out which platform works best for you. Is it YouTube? Is it Twitch? Is it any other platforms? No, they're not. All this time you're actually watching some of your favorite YouTubers. Things like the NC or, TFS. You start getting other YouTubers like
you know, 13-16 Killer, or you start watching things like my man OBJ the Don, like, and you just wondering like, why, what's going on? These guys, they sit back and talk to their people, but they have these subscribers, and you're not jealous, and you try to figure out what do you do. Then you realize, fuck it, just be yourself. Besides just streaming video games, which you get an audience for, what else do you like to do? So you come up with a crazy way of, you know, setting your PlayStation Eye camera up or PlayStation 4 camera up to draw. You use freaking Playroom. You start drawing. And the subs come in slow. But you appreciate the subs that you get. And you just keep going and you keep going, and it's been a year. Almost. And not only do you keep going, you actually start doing things like keep working on your art, and you start doing workout videos or videos of you working out. You also remember it's summertime. And you do miss your bike to drive because of work. You didn't train well, and you didn't have your bike in working order. But you keep going, and you start doing bike trails. And, you know, you brag about how one summer you did 500 miles, and you do about 200 respectively. School comes around, the kid goes back. Speaking of the kid, you take the kid to movies after movies, and it's not really that active, but it's engaging for the kid's mind, and you start getting a kid where you can actually ask them, what did you think of the movie? And they give the standard kid answer, but those answers also come with, maybe this was a little bit too long, or they could have did this a little bit different, that a little bit different. Thank you. Enjoy yourself. Then you start preparing for the next year. You start preparing for that next drawing season. And you put together more characters. You start to design one character. You get that character designed. You design another character. Your own character. And you go back to the first character and you say, well, I don't like this composition that I have. So you take the color pencils and you turn it into markers. Then you say, let's do another one. Let's have a ranger, and then let's have a mage. And then you have that conversation with that library. And they said, what happened? We wanted you to actually do a show for us, but we were backed up for a year. And then you sit back and you actually plan that show. By the way, January 2019, whole art show to myself. You keep going, you keep getting subscribers. So, definitely. It's been my year. And quite honestly. This has actually been an interesting ride. I've actually grown my channel. I've actually started doing a lot of things instead of you guys just sitting here hearing me ramble on. I've actually gotten more creative with the things around how to stream with YouTube. Hence the Playroom player or projector. I've edited a lot of videos. I think I'm gonna go back to start editing videos, broadcast them live, and then edit them, depending on what I'm gonna do. I picked up a few games, and this is the crazy thing about the last few days. I've been playing the hell out of Horizon Zero Dawn, and I know I was meant to be playing it on stream, but it's just such an addictive game, and I got higher than what I was supposed to get in order to be able to play. And with the Horizon Zero Dawn, it's actually a really good game, and I wish I would have saved more footage of it to do a review on it, albeit a year later than what it was supposed to be. But it fits how I like to play, more of a sniper type play. And it's just one of those things where I definitely want to just be able to enjoy it and have fun with the way the game plays, and just enjoying some of the things that, and yeah, I've actually gotten pretty far above the level, and as soon as my trophy count updates, I actually may stop streaming it. But what I'm gonna probably do is just stream it for a new game plus. So it's just one of those things where I really enjoy the game, and I want to actually get into more of the Assassin's Creed. I actually got the Ezio collection, and I actually have the Ezio collection, and I have the Origins. I have Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna actually play Origins on stream. I like to mud stomp my games. I like those games where I'm actually really, really good at it, then play. When I originally started Assassin's Creed, when I started Horizon Zero Dawn, it was just one of those games where sorry about that. It was one of those games where I ended up doing a lot better than what I thought. And just the whole sneaking, and if you ever watched some of the descriptions from my old description for the channel, I like sniping. I like hiding, and I like picking things off, and Horizon Zero Dawn is a perfect game for that. You can actually watch some of my play through. I think I did up to 7 parts, and I actually have one of my drawings as the thumbnail. I'm also gonna actually start doing more drawings, so you guys can actually start, watching it and actually enjoying it, and making sure that if it's things that you like to actually purchase, you can actually go ahead and purchase it. Hey, Steven, how are you, man? God, I don't know what to say. I always want to thank everybody for watching my videos. I actually want to make sure that you guys, enjoy my content. I want to actually start doing things like putting more of my poetry out there. Probably redo a couple of the ones that I've already done. Now that I actually have a little bit different tools, I don't have to worry about the mic. It's one of those things where, I just want to actually express my creativity. Not that I have the best creativity or I'm more important than anybody. I just think I'm a little bit different. I think I've been a creative person since I was the age of 12. And that's a lot to say because now I'm about to be 36 and I think I'm batshit crazy right about now. And I'm starting to actually get into the things of philosophy, like Kierkegaard or what is that guy? Been studying a lot of Nietzsche lately. And it's a quick quote, so I do want to get into his book, but the motherfucker was a little bit crazy towards the end of his life, and I don't know how far down that rabbit hole I want to go, or in his words, I don't know how much I want to step into that abyss. But yeah, it seems interesting. And I actually may start reading some Lovecraft too. Oh, yeah, that's another important thing that I want to actually do. 2 books that I'm going to actually get. I have to get off my Amazon wish list sometime soon. It's called, one is by a guy called Mark Blythe. It's called Austerity, The History of a Dangerous Idea. I actually want to get into that and make sure that I like his idea. He tells this story of a guy named Gary from Gary, Indiana, and it's interesting the way he tells his story. He's Scottish, but he's a professor at Brown University. Interesting. Another thing that I want to actually get into is another book I want to get is American Gods by Neil Gaiman. And one of the reasons why I want to get that book is because the character he created, Lucifer, is actually really, really good. The show is really, really good. And he comes up with some interesting takes on characters. I want to read the American Gods. I never really got into the TV show. And I saw that from one perspective. Let's see, the Percy Jackson books talk about how ancient gods would act if they were in this world. And I want to see more of an adult perspective. And when I say adult perspective, I mean more of a less epic perspective. So it's just one of those things where I do want to kind of get into, I want to kind of watch, but I would rather read the book. And I've actually always liked that. And it's not to say the TV show and the movie is worse than the book. Favorite example of that, Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super is one of my favorite animes, and I know a lot of people aren't really into it like they were classic Dragon Ball. It's one of those things where I like the story. I already know how it's gonna end, and what makes that a good show is its story and how the characters relate. especially after what just happened last night. Good. Got a lot of battery on it. And I've always been a Vegeta fan. First I was a Piccolo fan, then Vegeta. And I came up with an interesting concept as far as Vegeta. Vegeta is, if you ever seen Kill Bill 2, how Pai Mei was portrayed, like he was strong and he can go rule, but he was the crazy old man on the mountain that you don't fuck with and you only go there to learn. And I think he's a more strenuous teacher than Goku or Piccolo. Especially the training he did with Trunks on the Cell arc. Now he has a reason to actually be stronger. Oh, hell yes. I don't care if Vegeta is Goku's warm-up. I don't care if Vegeta never fully surpasses Goku with his... Goku has DM moves. And what I mean, he has DM moves, he has desperation moves. The same kind of desperation moves that if you're playing a boss in a video game, they just pull something out of their ass and actually almost kill you. Goku has DM moves. He has a DM. He has a desperation move. And Vegeta, he doesn't really have that. He is the consummate example of the phrase that Sasuke told Itachi. An expert with a rock can beat a novice with a stick anytime, hands down. Vegeta's that expert with the rock. Every form that is done, every form that he gets, he masters that form. He says, if Kakarot can do it, I can do it too. And it gets lost in the shuffle where, yes, Goku wins. Not really, because he didn't beat Vegeta. He barely beat Frieza. He didn't beat Cell. And he had all the help in the world, literally, to beat Buu. But, you know, Vegeta, his Super Saiyan form is stronger. His Super Saiyan 2 form is stronger. It's stronger than Super Saiyan 3. And you know what? This is gonna piss people off. But, fuck power scaling. The reason why one character is stronger than the other is because plot. And this has been me rambling, and I know I've been rambling on for a few minutes, but it goes back to a lot of things that I actually like to do, like to study. Characters, motivation, and it's just the best thing in the world to actually look at how in that show characters relate to each other. And that's why I want to actually get to the books that I was mentioning earlier. I want to actually read the American Gods. I actually want to read, I want to finish the Percy Jackson books, because I have to finish the Percy Jackson books. Then I have to go through the freaking Heroes of Olympus. And I think I've read the Kane Chronicles way too many times. So I'm not going to read those anymore, but definitely going to read. I have the Magus Chase that I want to actually reread. The Sword of Summer and the Hammer of Thor, I think, is coming out next. So I gotta, and not gonna lie, it actually gave me some inspiration for another idea that I have. And I kind of respect the people that make graphic novels or come up with stories, because it takes a lot of effort. Instead of just throwing together characters, it takes a lot of effort. So when you make a compelling story, look out. Here I am playing with my sword again. But anyway, this is rambling. I don't know. I think I may actually head out tonight. Maybe enjoy myself just a little bit. I do want to thank you guys for spending the time to watch and spending the time just to, even if you're checking it for a few minutes at a time, that's understandable. And quite frankly, guys, I'm building this channel up. I actually did. I'm working on trying to get a new PS4 Pro. And, I want it for the extra power, actually. The 4K stuff is not for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. My chair that I have is probably 4 feet. And when I'm sitting in this chair, I'm probably another 2 feet. So I don't have the required space to see 4K in great details. And it's not about the screen, it's the processing power. It's about the making sure my PlayStation 4 doesn't sound like a jet engine when I'm streaming, which sometimes it actually does. It's about being able to record while I'm streaming and just making sure that I have more of a, I don't know, it's just like I want to actually get a better PlayStation 4. I've had this one since launch, actually. And that's what I'm working on. I actually have a GoFundMe if you care to actually donate, or you can actually donate to my Patreon, or you can actually donate to my PayPal me link, which is in the description. And I want to actually start doing more things like the kid is older, and I want to actually start doing things like going to TwitchCon or going to those YouTube events. My goal next year, and I want to plan for it, but my goal next year is, without having to borrow, to head to Vegas. Head to Vegas for CSC or the other convention that happens around this time of year. And if you know what that is, that happens around January, that a lot of people go to, leave that in the comments below. But, I do want to thank everybody who's watching. And I do want to actually ask, please like, subscribe. Share some of my videos. Some of my videos I know I can be quite monotone, but definitely share that Clearly Crazy video. Oh my God, share that video, because we actually need to, and I'm trying to wrap it up, and I'm gonna wrap it up in the next few minutes, but we need to push for that Clearly Crazy video. We definitely need to push for that, and I'm gonna actually require you guys to go ahead, watch that Clearly Crazy video, share it, and even if you think it's crazy, demand that shit. Demand that shit. Oh my God, and I'm not monetized yet, so this is gonna be cool. But demand the Clearly Crazy video. Watch it, share it, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's actually really beneficial for everyone. And I'm just gonna ask you guys to, man, just thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I do want to say, hey, like, you guys have been very, I really enjoy you guys. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.